Hello, hello, everybody. It is the African Witch Bitch, Hoodoo Practitioner. Hi. I'm going to wait a little while before I start. I know I'm a little late. I want to apologize. Got caught up with work. I'm going to give it a little while longer before I start. Waiting for people to come in. Hope they did go to bed. I know it's an hour late. Not my fault, though. Seriously, not my fault. Pouring me up some beautiful wine. This is, Snoop Dogg has endorsed the label. 19 Crimes featuring Snoop. So I just picked it up. I hope it's good because you know the witch bitch loves her some wine. I am a wine connoisseur. Hi, Rachel. Hi, baby. How you doing? I know I'm late. I want to apologize, Rachel. But let me get started. Rachel, if you have a question, you go right on ahead. Before I read, you go ahead and type your question. I'm gonna light some incense to set the mood. I actually frequently burn incense. And light some palo. Hi, Lady T. Hey, baby. Lady T, you have a question, you go right on ahead and type it. Or if you guys want to be anonymous, you can email me at info@theafricanwitchbitch.com. African is spelled with a K. So go right on ahead and ask away, babies. Setting the mood right now. Every time I just got home. So every time I come home, I burn incense, sage, depending on the mood I'm in. And right now I want energy to flow because y'all know that I'm a real ass bitch and I'm going to tell you how it is. I don't want nobody getting in their feelings. You got a question, whether anonymous or otherwise, if you have a question and you want some sugar coating fluff job, don't ask me. I don't move like that. I'm ethical as fuck. And I know there's like this debate in Hoodoo on whether or not ethics belong in Hoodoo, but I personally believe that they do. But they get again, you know, to each their own. To each their own. I have a person right now. Oh, got an email. All right. All right, I'm going to read your email. And you would like to be kept anonymous. Got it. I will not disclose your name. Okay. Oh, this is a juicy one. Ooh. I'm going to try to help you best I can. Okay. When you say pour the truth tea in nature, can I pour it out the window where it won't touch anyone? Well, yeah, when I say pour it out in nature, what I mean is like go outside and pour it in the grass or go to the beach and pour it in the ocean or go to a lake, just somewhere outside where nature grows. I guess if you pour it out the window, depending on where you live, do you live in a high rise where you pouring it out on a sidewalk? That kind of technically wouldn't be in nature. Hi, Dawn, how you doing, baby? That technically wouldn't be nature. But pour it outside, somewhere outside where grass or trees or where nature grow. That's what I meant when I say that. The reason why I say that, let me break it down to y'all. is because the whole practice of hoodoo is we're taking from the earth. We're taking from the earth. We're taking herbs. We're using the moonlight, to charge our crystals, et cetera, et cetera. We have to give back sometimes to the earth. So you can't call yourself, or I think it's counterproductive to call yourself a hoodoo practitioner if you're fucking up the environment. For instance, let me give you an example. When I did a spell about the sour jars, right? And people are asking me, can I use plastic? Can I use plastic? Well, that's kind of counterproductive because plastic fucks up the environment. So you try, at least when I do my magic, I try to do my magic as environmentally safe as possible. I'm not going to take from the earth and ask the earth to move this, that, and the third in the ethers, but I'm fucking up Mother Earth at the same time. That's not, yeah, in my opinion. You guys may or may not disagree, but if you're taking from the earth, but you're asking the earth from something, you got to do something to give back. For instance, I try to reduce my carbon footprint as much as possible, meaning I recycle like a motherfucker. I don't do anything, I try to use my deodorant. I make my own deodorant. That should be working too, because all of that aluminum, all that shit that's in deodorant, when you take a shower and you wash your body, it goes right into the ocean and it fucks up the environment. Like, we got to really think about, protecting the earth, but that's just me. You may not feel that way, but just think about it. I'm not going to come over your house and ask you for something and then slap the shit out of you 5 minutes after you give it to me. You understand what I mean? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dawn. I've personally never seen or hear a mama like you. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. I'm trying to just be honest. And when I first started practicing hoodoo, I got taken for a lot of money. Because I didn't know. And there's a lot of people out there who are new and don't know. So I'm only giving you what I wanted, what I wish somebody gave to me. And that's the truth, honesty, and all the years of my practice, because I wasn't born in this. I came into this, as I got older. I wish somebody would have sat me down and put me under their wing and tutored me. And I do have tutors and I do have mamas in the craft who taught me exactly how I'm teaching you guys. So I want to give you what they gave to me. And I have to be honest, and I have to be as ethical as possible. So no, I'm not going to stick you up for all your money. And no, I do not advise you to be stuck up for all your money. Okay. I'm just being honest. I'm being completely honest. And let me sip some wine on that note. I hope y'all got some wine. I'll stay on as long as y'all need me to stay on. Okay. Now let me get to this email. I got an anonymous email. Dear African witch bitch, please keep me anonymous. My wife left me. We were married for 10 years, and she decided after years of cheating that she would go and be with her current lover. What can I do to bring her back? I have paid lots of money for other practitioners to bring her back, and nothing has worked. Is there any oils or spells that you can recommend to bring my wife back? Anonymous. I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm sorry that she cheated. I'm sorry that she's been cheating. And I'm really, really, really sorry that she left you and that you had to pay lots of money to get swindled. Okay, so here's the deal. I do not believe that it's ethical to force somebody to be with you who don't want to be with you. If you were married to this woman for 10 years, that's what it says, 10 years, and she left you and she had been cheating the whole relationship, there is no amount of spells, there's no amount of money, there's no amount of candle magic that you can do that can make her come back to you. She has to want to be with you. I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to tell you some lie and blow smoke up your ass and take some money just to make you feel like you have a sense of security. I'm going to give it to you real and raw. The only person that can be kept is a person that want to be kept. If she's been cheating on you for 10 years, she never wanted to be kept. For whatever reason, she decided to not be faithful to you. I don't want you to sit around blaming yourself, because I don't believe that it's your fault. I personally believe people cheat for 3 reasons: greed, neglect, and revenge. And in this case, it sounds like greed. But again, I wouldn't know that unless I spoke to her directly. So I don't think that you should do any work to bring her back, because I consider that spiritual rape. And let me explain why. If you take spell work or candle magic or whatever, ritual work, hoodoo, whatever, and you try to do work to manipulate another person into being with you when that's not what they want, to me, that's unethical. It's unethical what your wife did. If she didn't want to be with you, hell, she shouldn't have married you in the first place. But I also want you to know that it's also unethical for you to try to force her will if this is not what she wants. So this is what I want you to do. Instead of spending a whole bunch of money on people swindling you out of your money, because that's exactly what they did, this is what I want you to do. I want you to do self-love work. If you're going to do a ritual on yourself so that you love yourself enough to realize that you deserve better. And I'm just going to be honest. And I think I'm going to probably, the next video I do is going to be a self-love spell. I want you to love you enough to realize that this is some bullshit and that you deserve better than that. And I'm sorry. And I know that this is not what you wanted to hear. I understand. And I know that it sucks to be in a situation where you feel like you're connected and your soul tied to a person who's a piece of shit. Because I'm just finna be honest, and I know I don't know your wife, but she left and she cheated on you for 10 years. That's a whole ass move, because all she had to do was leave and tell you up front, or never married you in the first place, but she didn't. So, Anonymous, what I want you to do is to do a self-love candle. Put yourself in a sweetening jar so that you can get your self-esteem like weighed up. And love yourself enough to realize that you deserve better than this shit. And I'm just here to tell you. Okay? I don't believe in doing love work. And this is why. Let me tell you why. If a person really key word is want. If a person really wants to be with you, you won't need spell work to do it. They'll come to you on their own. I don't want any man that I force to be with me. I've had guys tell me over the years, y'all, I know I'm not Beyonce up in this bitch, but hell, you know, when I glam up, I'm kind of cute. And I've had guys tell me over the years, I really like you. I really like you. I want to be with you. And I did work, but it didn't work. I don't want to be forced to be with anybody. I want to be with the person because that's genuine. I.e., juju love doesn't work because spells wear off. And Anonymous, you seem like a great guy. What I want you to do is do love work on yourself so that you can attract the mate that you need, and the one that deserves you, and the one that wants to be with you without you manipulating their mind to do it. I want you to have that genuine love, not forced love. Okay. All right. Moving on. Okay. Let's see. We have any questions? Let's see. Personally. Oh, thank you. I got a question. Please help me remove anything that's blocking me from getting married. Thanks. Okay. Yes. I don't know your situation, baby. Dawn, I don't know your situation. I don't know what's going on, but generally speaking, if you feel like that there is a blockage with you meeting the one that you want to be with, you can do certain spells to to attract a mate to you, not a specific person, but a mate. You can open yourself up. Self-love is one of them. Road opener is one of them. I did a road opener spell yesterday on my page, and you can tweak the herbs a little bit to draw in exactly what you want. You can petition, write a petition paper and burn it. There's certain things that you can do. Also, working with crystals is very key. If you do not have any crystals, I sell them very, very low cost on my website. Rose quartz is an excellent crystal that you can charge under a full moon, charge in moon water. Moon water is when you take water that's collected from the rain, from nature, and then charge that under a full moon for a whole full moon cycle for 30 days, 28 days, however long the moon cycle is. And you put your crystals in that, baby. Or you can take your crystals, you hold it close to you, you sleep with them, and you carry them with you. That will bring love. Real love. Crystal work is very, very important. If you do not know, I should probably do some spells. You guys are giving me ideas of stuff that I can do to teach you guys about working with different crystals. I actually do. I have some in my purse. But Dawn, think about working with crystals. Think about doing self-love work, and think about doing a road opener spell to block any blockages that may be. But I want you to be careful. And let me give you a warning, baby. Just listen up. Anytime you're doing anything to bring somebody near you, you make sure that you have your bullshit goggles on. because working in love work is very, very, very temperamental. You have to make sure that you know, like, that you can see shit coming. Like, let's say you do a spell today, okay? You do a road opener spell and you do some self-love. You feel me? No, you don't add anything in the rainwater. You just leave a container, glass preferably, outside, collect some rainwater and charge that shit under the full moon. Let's say, and then the first dude you meet, you think that this is the one that the spell is bringing you. It may or may not be. So you kind of got to be real careful when it comes to love works. Okay. If you want more information, Don, send me an email and give me specifics so that I can guide you exactly what you need to do, because there's certain herbs that you can tweak. For instance, rose petals work excellent if they're dried and crunched up in candle magic. There's love attraction oils. I'm still perfecting mine. I haven't put that on the website yet, but it's coming. But there's other attraction oils I can guide you to buy that can really make a difference in your love life. Now, some of these attraction oils, let me give you a warning. There's this attraction oil that I buy from this witch that I love. And I'm working on my recipe. Haven't got there yet, but I wear hers. But honey, when you put that attraction oil on and you go walking, let's say through the mall or at the beach or wherever you go, you're going to notice a lot of attention. A lot of attention. That stuff brings it. Guys walk by and they're like, woo, like you're going to get a lot more attention. So if you need specifics, Don, baby, hit me up in my email and me and you'll have a dialogue so I can guide you. But just know that if this is what you want, you're going to get a lot of attention. You just have to have the know-how and the mindset to weed through the bullshit, because y'all already know dating is some bullshit. Right or wrong? Help me, somebody. Okay? All right. Let's see. What else do we got? Okay. Email me, babe. I may not be able to keep these comments after I end this live. Okay, I got another one. How can I honor my ancestors without an altar? I live with people who don't approve. Yesterday, I sat in my car and just prayed to them. I do not think they heard me. I just gave them thanks and praise. Okay, I get a lot of questions like this because there are people out there who want to be practitioners of hoodoo, but they don't have the luxury of living alone. They have people living with them or family members that are maybe Christian or Muslim. And I get it. So this is what you do. And this is for Hood Honey. I love Hoodoo Honey. I love your name. I love your name. Okay, so baby, this is what you do. You don't need an altar. I mean, altars do definitely help. But if you can't create an altar, all right, this is what you do. Get you a bottle of water and you just go for a walk and you pour libation to your ancestors and build a relationship with them that way. You know, if you want to have a little miniaturized little effects in your car, maybe inside your glove box, you have you a little box or a little bag or something, and you have some little effects in there, and you go out to the park, you go out to the beach, you go out to a nature walk, and you get you a bottle of water, or maybe even a bottle, if you really want to do a bottle of gin, bottle of whatever. Let's say you want to try to build a relationship with your auntie that passed away, okay? You can get you her favorite drink, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be alcohol, whatever her favorite drink may be. And you sit down and you pour her libation. You call her name 3 times. I'm calling on Auntie whomever. I'm calling on Auntie whomever. I'm calling on Auntie whomever. Tap the ground 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm calling you. Take your drink and you pour it out every time you call her name. And after that, you sit up and you talk to her like I'm talking to you right now. You sit up and you have a conversation with your auntie or your loved one or your ancestors, whoever they are. You tell them about what's going on. You talk to them. You know what I mean? If you bitch at your job got you fucked up, auntie, you know this bitch at my job. Well, don't cuss your auntie. I mean, I cuss. That's just what I do. But when I'm talking to my ancestors, I do not use profanity. Auntie, this girl at my job got me messed up, and I'm just talking to you. You just talk to them, okay? And then after you're finished the conversation, okay, thank you, Auntie. I was calling on Auntie Blase, calling on Auntie calling on Auntie 3 times, tap the ground 3 times, and you're done. You're pouring libation. You ever notice how in African American community, in Latino community, anytime we have the dead people, right? We pour out a little bit before we drink, right? Y'all know that? That, my dear, is an Africanism. That comes straight from the West Coast and from I want to say the North too, basically comes from the continent of Africa. You pour out a little bit for the person who's gone. A lot of people been doing that for years, especially in the Black and Latino community. And y'all never knew that all of that came from thousands of years ago from Africa. That's where it come from. It's pouring libation. You're showing, respect and homage to the people who have passed on. And they did not die. They transitioned. They are not dead. They transitioned. And they have more power now, now that they've moved to the ancestor realm to intercede and help you here on earth. And they're still alive. And let me tell you why. Because that blood that beats through your veins and that pumps in your chest, that blood, that's their blood. So if your dad passed away or your mommy passed away, guess what? She's still alive through you because her DNA is running through your veins and she can intercede for you. So no, she's not dead. She's not gone forever. She just simply transitioned to another realm. Okay. Also, hoodoo honey, baby. Also, and everybody else is listening. Think about this. When you cook, let's say your mommy's favorite food was hoodoo honey. What's your mommy's or your ancestor? Somebody give me an example of a favorite food of somebody who passed away. Just put it up there. Name it. I don't give a damn what it is. Whatever the favorite food is. Okay. Cook that favorite food. And this goes for anybody who want to build a relationship. Okay, chitlins, whatever works. Cook that favorite food. And on their birthday, or maybe the date that they transitioned, or maybe a special day in your family, it could be any day. Fried chicken, baby. There you go. I love me some fried chicken. Thank you. It could be any day that they transitioned or whatever the case may be. Cook that favorite food. And hoodoo honey, since you can't practice in your home because the people around you don't approve, it's none of their business what you do. Go for a walk and you leave it out in nature. And you pour libation and you sit there and talk to your auntie or your mommy or your daddy or your Pepsi and peanut. That is Southern Lady Tea. That's old school from the South. Woo! Leave that out in nature for them as an offering. You feed your ancestors, and that's how you build a rapport with them. And I know it's not easy, and I'm going to disclose to you, my daddy passed away on New Year's Eve, 2015. And it was very hard for me to pour libation to him because inside my mind, I figure if I have to pour libation, I have to admit that he's gone. That was hard, and I know it's not easy. So some people out there might have ancestors that they're not ready to pour for, because they're still grieving, and that's okay. You do it in your time, and you don't let nobody try to tell you how to grieve. You grieve in your time, but building a relationship with your ancestors will really boost your magic and your spell work because they're interceding. They're gonna, like, let me break it down. They're like, you're doing a spell. It's like you writing a letter. You dropping the letter in the mail. The ancestors are the mailman. They're finna pick that letter up and send it off into the ethers to make some shit pop here. That's why it's so important for you to build a relationship with your ancestors. Go through my channel and see me pouring a libation to Queen Mother Harriet Tubman. Was it Harriet Tubman? It was Harriet Tubman. And you'll see exactly how. That's one way to do it. If you don't know how to do it, you let your heart lead you. There's no right or wrong way. You just let your heart lead you. Okay? Any other questions I have? Anybody? Let me check my email, see if y'all sent me anything. I hope I helped you, Anonymous. I hope you understood what I was saying. Okay. I got one. Ooh, this is a deep one. Thank you for the advice. One of the jars is for my ex-husband. He did nothing but cheat, lie, and steal from me. He was abusive, and he's about to get out of prison, and I want his ass to die. The second jar is for my old best friend. All she does is sit home, sell drugs, collect checks, scam, treat her kids like shit. He has special needs, and she keeps him locked away in a room. Her ass needs to go to jail forever. These people are horrible. Oh, by the way, how do I cleanse myself? And buying jars isn't an option. What else can I do? Okay. Wow. This is a deep one. First of all, let me start off from the beginning. For your ex-husband who did nothing but lie, cheat, and steal from you. He was abusive. Y'all already know. The very first thing that I would do when it comes to somebody who's abusing their wife is put their ass in a sour jar. I would sour his whole fucking life up. He wants to beat you and he steals and he cheats. His ass needs to go in a jar. That's the first thing that I would do. I wouldn't kill him because me personally, I'm a petty ass bitch. I want to watch your life crumble and laugh. That's just me though. Okay. Her best friend, all she does is sit at home, drugs, collect checks, scams, and treat her kids like shit. One thing that I fucking can't stand is anybody who abused children. I am a child protector at my heart. I've been working with kids for 100 years, and I do. Oh my gosh, that bothers me. But see, I would be careful to put her in a jar, because whatever type of way her life gets fucked up, those kids are you know what I mean? You guys understand what I mean? That blowback will hit them children and them babies, and I wouldn't want to do that. I would not want to do that. So this is what I would do in this situation, and each situation is different. If all she do is sit at home, collect a check, scam, and treats her kids like shit, the first thing I would want to do, in my opinion, and you guys correct me in the comments if you think that I'm wrong for what I'm about to say, but I would want those kids removed from that home and placed somewhere else at safety. If she treats them like shit and she has a special needs son who she abuses, that person does not need to be in her house. Those children do not need to be in her care. After the kids are removed and are safe, then I put her ass in a jar and fuck her life up. That's just me. Anybody who abuses children don't deserve anything good to happen to them. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. You abuse the most innocent of our society. Let me tell you something about in African culture. It's our job as adults to protect all the children. We form a circle, and the children are in the center of the circle. And it's everybody's responsibility to protect the children. The children do not belong to me. If I give birth today, right now in front of you guys, the kids do not belong to me. They belong to the village, because it's our job collectively to protect and support, nurture, and raise these kids. And you know why? Because these kids are going to grow up. And when I become an elder, it's going to be those children that I have invested in that care for me in my elderhood. The whole term, i.e., it takes a village to raise a child. That is straight from Africa, period, point blank. So that is why I'm a child protector. And that is why I do not condone any type of abuse towards kids. Now, I'm not talking about spanking. I guess we can get into that debate another day. But I'm talking about actual abuse. A special needs child, they are the most innocent of our society. Anybody who hurts a child is worthy of this work. And I do put in work. Let me give y'all some homework. Look up Pastor Logan Wesley of Texarkana, Arkansas. I put in work on him. He was a child molesting pastor who raped a lot of children in the region. That's my hometown, actually. Once I got word of that, I launched a campaign to expose him. This motherfucker was just sentenced earlier this month. Earlier this month, he was sentenced to 5 life sentences plus 220 years. He'll never see the light of day again. He'll never be able to hurt a child again. So we started the campaign October of last year. It took roughly about 9 months, somewhere around that time, about 8-9 months for him to be brought fully to justice. And I did spell work. And I made the public aware so they can keep their damn kids away from this monster. And that shit popped. So I implore you to get Anonymous Part 2, Anonymous 2. I implore you to get those kids away from that woman if she really is abusing them. And then put her and your husband's ass in a jar. You can stick both their asses in the same jar. With them, I'd use bleach. I wouldn't even use vinegar. I'd use bleach. Put them in a fucking bleach jar. And I'm sorry he did that to you. But after you do this, you're going to need to cleanse yourself. And if you want to cleanse, you sage bomb and frankincense bomb the fuck out of your house. You close up all the windows and you light them bitches. You light sage and you light frankincense. And then after your house gets good and smoked up, open up the windows and doors to release all of the filth. Okay, you make sure you cleanse that way. There's a couple of different ways you can cleanse. That's one way to do it. That's a very effective way. I actually do that myself. You can also take a spiritual bath. There's certain herbs you can put in your bath water, and you can rub yourself and cleanse yourself that way. You can also douse yourself in Florida water or rose water. You can add some of that in the bath as well. There's different ways you can cleanse. Now, you says, oh, by the way, oh, and buying jars isn't an option. So what else can you do? So if you can't buy a jar, don't know why, because jars are hella cheap. Hell, you probably have some in your fridge right now. Dump them pickles out, eat them, whatever, or whatever. Jelly jars. You don't have to necessarily buy anything. You probably have them already, but for the sake of this discussion, let's say you don't. You get you a, what color candle would I use for this? I'd use a black candle. And the reason why I use a black candle is because black candles are really good with warding off negativity and protection. You can use black candles for different things. And I consider you doing this type of spell work protection for yourself because your husband was abusive and warding him off away from you. So let me show you the size candle that I think you should use. I do not think you should use a chime candle. To me, that's too small. Hold that thought. Let me grab it. This size candle. This is a big one. I haven't put these up on the website yet, but I would sell them. And I think I probably sell a candle like this probably for like $4, really cheap. You get you a big candle, something like this. And you would use commanding oil and certain herbs that you can use to command a situation. You'd write a petition paper and you will put that petition paper underneath this candle and let the wax drip down. And once the spell is complete, you would discard this in nature, but you will write down specifically what you want to happen to them. Now, I don't know about killing them. That is what you said. You said you want to kill them. I'm not going to advise you to take anybody's life. In my opinion, watching their life crumble and get super fucked up is more beneficial than killing them. But again, that's on you. A second thing you can do is a coffin box spell. I have been asked several times to do a tutorial on a coffin box spell, and I have not. And let me tell you why. Because I did the sour jar spell, and I got a lot of people in my emails and in the comment section telling me that they're doing sour jars on people. Now, to me, a sour jar is big dick energy spell. It's one of those spells that you use when you when you wish the motherfucker would, and they did. Okay, it's not for bullshit like. One lady told me she put her neighbor in a jar because her neighbor rolled her eyes at her. To me, that's some dumbass shit. You can ignore that bitch. That's like using a fucking firearm to kill a fly. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, Hoodoo Boos? Am I making sense? Coffin box spell. Now, and this is the response that I got when I did the sour jar. But a coffin box spell is like using a fucking semi or a fully automatic weapon. That's some shit you got to know what the fuck you're doing, because if you fuck up, you could fuck yourself up, and I'm not comfortable putting that spell out just yet. I might change my mind later. I don't know, but since you can't purchase jars, which I don't get why, you probably got some in your fridge, whatever. Candle magic, baby. Petition paper, candle magic, intent. And once the candle burns down, you toss it away and do a cleanse. That's the best way that I can advise you, Anonymous, too. All right, moving on. Next. Okay, you're straight fire, mama. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, baby. Okay, how do I hide the fact that I'm cursing someone in a jar or just doing work on them, bad or good? I sent someone some bad luck. Okay, well, I don't see why it's anybody's business how you practice. I don't go around so let's say I put somebody in a jar. I don't go around advertising that shit. I don't tell nobody anything. There's people that I do work for, like an employment spell for one of my friends. I never told them a thing. They just told me a week later they got the job. It's none of their business. You don't have to hide it. You just do your work and you keep it pushing, in my opinion. I hope I answered that. I don't let me see. Cursing someone in a jar or just doing work on them that are good, etc. I sent someone some bad luck. Well, if you sent someone some bad luck, Hoodoo honey, they probably deserved it. I hope they deserved. I hope you're not one of those bitches that just go out there and just, shoot motherfuckers who didn't do nothing to you or did something small to you. But you don't have to tell them. They suspect it was me. Are there any herbs or things I can do to add to spells to hide that I'm laying tricks on them? No, let them suspect. Let them suspect. They can suspect all they want to. I wouldn't hide anything. I've never been accused of doing work on people because people know my integrity and they know that in order for me to do some shit, the person probably deserved it. And I can honestly count on one hand how many times I put somebody in a sour jar. So you know what I mean? It all just depends. It all just depends. First of all, if they suspect it was you, and if you did send some bad luck, is okay. So Hoodoo honey baby, the person who suspects it was you, did you do it? Because that could be their guilt. That could be their guilt talking. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be they did some fucked up shit and now a whole bunch of bad shit is happening to them and they're like, oh, something happened. Somebody's putting work on me. It was probably her. That's because that's their fucking guilt. You can admit it if you want to. That's on you. I can't tell you how to do it, but you can also deny that shit and be like, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. It all just depends on how you feel. No, there's no herbs you can, to my knowledge, that you can use to block them from knowing. I do my work, a lot of my work in secret. Depending on the type of work I do, a vast majority of the work that I do is prosperity work, a vast majority of it. Or blockage, like removing blockage. Or court cases, like I guess that would be considered prosperity too. But I don't advertise what I do and the reason why, let me tell you, this is I'm glad you brought that up, Hoodoo honey. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't speak on my work until after my spell is complete and I got what I wanted. You know what I mean? If I do a beef tongue, I'm not going to go around advertising, Hoodoo honey, I'm about to do a beef tongue right now. I might tell people that I trust. And if me and you are best friends, you my bitch, and we practice sometime, I might tell you that I'm about to put this bitch in a beef tongue or something like that. But it's not something that I advertise on social media or I tell. It's kind of private. And I only talk to people who I trust. And you said, well, they suspected it was me, the person I did the work. Yes, they deserve it. Return to sender spell. Oh, I should do a return to sender spell. Okay. But that's, in all honesty, honey, that sounds like their guilt. Because if they deserved it, like you said that they do, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? They deserved it. Okay, so moving on. Let's see. Let me check my emails. Any emails for anybody anonymous? Like I stated, if you have something anonymous you want me to say and you don't want your name, then just send it to my email, info@theafricanwitchbitch.com, African with a K. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Hey, Queen, I have a question. I want to do a sweet jar to this person I like to sweeten the relationship, but I don't know his last name, but I do have a picture. Okay, Rotten Devil, your name. Before you do a sweet, okay, I need you to answer a question for me. Are you in a relationship with this person? Or is this somebody that you've seen and that you want to be in a relationship with? Answer that question before I finish answering what you should do. Some frenemies can be very intuitive. That's very, very good point. Excellent point. That is very true. I didn't admit it. I denied the fuck out of it. Haha, there. I don't blame you. Okay, let's see. If they did good work on you, no problem. But if they send you negative, boom, can I do that? If a person sends me negative, I return to sender that ass. Because I've never really had anybody send me, to my knowledge, negative. I've had shit happen, but I don't think it was because somebody sent it to me. But if in the event that somebody sent some negative to me, depending on the situation, I would just return to sender that ass. I would return it right back to them. Because there's no excuse for that. I don't go out of my way fucking nobody's life up. I can ignore the fuck out of you. Unless you come for me. You have to specifically come for me, then I'm going to come for you back. Or if you come for somebody who I love. But that's just me. Rotten Devil. I'm in a relationship like friends with benefit. Okay. And Rotten Devil. Okay. I just spoke about this. The first thing that I would do in this situation is to do a truth spell to find out if this is what they want. If this is what they want. Friends with benefits means that y'all just fucking. You be getting bent over, banging his back out. He banging your back out. He's all up in your business. Can't tell by your picture if you are male or female, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's some bumping uglies going on with y'all, and you want more. Communication is key. Ask them. Find out for sure if this is what they want. Ask them directly, but if you're not comfortable with doing that, do a truth spell to find out if this is truly what they want. If this is what they want, then you won't need a spell to bring them to. You won't have to sweeten the situation. But if this isn't only like you really, really, truly have to communicate and find out if this is what they really want. And do they want to be more with you, or do they like it the way it is? If they like it the way it is, then you got your answer right there. I wouldn't force it, because that's not what they want. But if they want to be more with you and they want to pursue something, more meaningful and deeper, then that's how you guys start the cultivation from there. I wouldn't put a person that I'm fucking in a sweetening spell, because I don't want to manipulate their mind and their emotions to me. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. You want someone to be with you because they want to be with you because they chose you, not because you manipulated their mind to do so. Let's see. Looking forward to your return to sender spell. Yeah, I'll do that one. I'll do that. You guys want to see me do that one? I'll do that one. It's a special candle that you buy. And if you don't have the candle, I can teach you guys how to do it, because I know that a lot of people live in hoodoo deserts. If you live in a hoodoo desert, hit up the chat. Hoodoo desert is when you live in a part of the country or a part of the world where you can't get access to a botanica to get the supplies that you need. That, like here in Los Angeles, I live in Los Angeles, we can find anything we want. There's all kind of witchy shops around. You know what I mean? Okay, sweet spirit, I see you, baby. I see you. So we can find whatever we want anywhere, on every corner. But other parts, especially in the South or in the Midwest, you can't find shit. So you have to either sneak and order out, and I understand that. Yeah. Okay. Can return to sender be done in a jar? No. I wouldn't do a return to sender in a jar. I've never done a return to sender in a jar. I've done return to sender with candles. Candles like not this size. I mean, it can be this size, but I've done return to sender or a reversal spell. Those are two different ways that they use it. It's the same thing. A 7-day candle or a taper. Okay, I've never done it in a jar. I've never seen it done in a jar. The only way I know how to do it is through candle magic, but not in a jar. Oh no, sweet pea, baby. Go to my website, www.africanwitchbitch.com. African spelled with a K, theafricanwitchbitch.com, excuse me. And you can get your shit cheap as fuck, and I'll send it to your house. No, I understand. I know how that is, where you need to do spell work and you need supplies, certain herbs or certain color candles, and you can't find it nowhere. I understand, and I know. And it really sucks, the stigma that we have as witches or a part of the witchy community, that we can't find the supplies we need and we're ostracized because of it. And I know there's some people out there that live in areas that aren't conducive, or live in a home that may not be conducive with practicing, and I get that. And I'm very sensitive to that. So I'll try to help you and guide you best I can. Real talk, because I know what it feels like. I remember when I first started, I had to hide the fact that I was even exploring the idea, because my family is Southern Christian Baptist, like Church of God in Christ, Christian. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, Christian. You're the demon. And when I came out as that I wasn't a Christian, I got ostracized. A lot of people stopped talking to me. A lot of friends turned their back on me. I'm still the same person. I just don't suck your Jesus's dick. Whatever. Next question. Okay. Do I think, let me see. Oh, how do you make protection oil? Oh, there's different spells you can do for protection. And I do not give out my recipes for my oils that I make. I I just don't, because I make them myself and I sell them. So they kind of would be like, you know, counterproductive. So I don't do that. But I do have a spell on my page for protection. There's different protection spells you can do. There's different ways you can do protection. Look on my page, Dejeen, baby, look on my page and see different ways that you can use protection. There's different things you can do. Like, for instance, this is a chicken foot. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is for protection. There's crystals you can carry for protection. One of my friends made this for me, and she does custom make them. They're very inexpensive, as you know, fucking with me, because I'm not spending a lot of money. And you can email her. I'll leave her information in the description box, and she'll custom fit. I've had the nails painted my colors, red, black, and green, which is the Pan-Africanist colors. You can get yours custom made any way you want. Even the crystals on the back, she'll do it for you, and she'll do it any way you want. But yeah, there's different type of protection. Chicken feet are used in hoodoo for protection. So there's different you know what I mean? Different things you can do for protection. Excuse me. Oh, thank you, Dejeen. You're so sweet. Thank you. Oh, the Olutuju. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, baby. I have to go there because I want to get a reading from one of the Ifa priests there. So yes, Kim, wow, wow, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I know it sucks. Okay. Let me see. Ah, yes. How do you do a lost stay away spell? Okay. There's certain ways you can do that with the heavy use of, if you want to keep anything away, you can use a lot of different types of herbs. Plus, hot foot powder is very, very, very effective. Now, you're going to have to give me more information about lost stay away. Meaning, if you don't want to post it in the chat right now, you can send me an email giving specifics, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. I am very, very, very knowledgeable and have a lot of success in court matters. All kind of court, not just criminal court, but child court, criminal court, civil court, different type of courts. I know exactly what to do. I've had major and immense success working in court cases. Okay. There's different ways you can do lost stay away, but you have to give me specifics because the herbs that you use are specific for the situation. So I need more information, baby. Okay. Someone asked me to cut their hair for them. Can I save that hair for use like months later, or does it need to be fresh from the head? Ooh, same with fingernails and semen. Ooh, wee, girl, hoodoo, honey. What is you planning? No, it doesn't need to be fresh. You can cut it and save it. Woo, I don't know what you planning, but fingernails, hair, clothing, different pictures, petition papers, different effects of a person. It doesn't have to be fresh from their head. The intent will be in their DNA, and the DNA don't change if it's not fresh or if it is. So you understand what I mean? So no, it doesn't have to be fresh, baby. I don't know what you're planning, but I'm kind of nosy. I kind of a bitch want to know. Send me an email and tell me, because the way you practice, hell, the motherfucker probably deserved it. You know what I mean? Hi, I'm from Sacramento. Hello, baby. I am in Los Angeles. Yeah. What would be the best working to create a new beginning in our life? The road opener candle is the best way. A new beginning. Now, sweet spirit, give me more information. A new beginning for who? Are you talking about a new beginning for a loved one, like you and your mom, or you and your husband? I love you too, Darla. I love you too, baby. It depends on the person that you're talking about. The relationship is different. For instance, if you're doing a new beginning spell for a lover, like a husband, I would use a pink candle. If it's for a side piece or a boo thing, maybe you want to start fresh and it's a lot of sex and lust involved. If it's for your husband and there's a lot of sex and love, I would combine two, pink and red. It just depends on what you're using it for. Give me more example. If it's for your mom, like one of my friends wanted a new beginning with her mother. They had been on the outs. It was a very interesting relationship. Some past trauma, and they want to start over and heal. I recommend she uses a blue candle. It just depends on what you're doing it for, baby. I'm new to your page, and I have to say that I just love watching you. Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you. Hello, girl, and good night. Love you. Hi, Egyptian Fire. Love your name. Elizabeth, do you believe hoodoo is a closed practice? What if I'm just starting out? I need more info. What do you mean by closed practice? Hoodoo is okay. I think I'm hearing you right. So let me clarify. Um, voodoo is closed, meaning you have to get initiated in order to practice. That's what we mean by closed practice. And a lot of people believe that only if you are of an African of African descent that you should be permitted to practice. Because of the ancestor veneration, they will not let you in. I think that's what you mean. Hoodoo is that what you mean? Hopefully I got it right. Hoodoo, I got it right. Close. Please, Elizabeth, clarify what you mean by that. Clarify what you mean by closed practice. If you have no African ancestry, can you practice hoodoo? Okay, so that's what you mean. Okay. That right there is a debate in the hoodoo community. That is a strong debate from all over the hoodoo community. On one hand of the, on one arm of the argument, people are saying that in order for you to effectively practice hoodoo, you have to be of African descent, because we rely heavily, as I stated prior, on our ancestors. The ancestors are the fucking catalyst. They are the foundation. They are the cornerstone of the practice. And this practice was built in slavery, enslaved Africans, prisoners of war. So historically, if you're going down the line through your ancestors, can a person who is not African practice this tradition? I hear that. So this is what I say. If you take hoodoo from its traditional stance, then technically, no, someone who is not of African descent cannot practice hoodoo if they're going through ancestors. Because think about it. If we were to wind the clock to 1865, I would still be in chains. And a person who is not of African descent, let's say they are Caucasian, would be my captors. If they're going through their ancestors who enslaved my ancestors, how can that work? So, but here's the thing that a lot of people need to understand. There are different spiritual practice for different cultures. You understand what I mean? The Native Americans had their own pagan cultures and pagan traditions that they practiced, completely different. A lot is similar to African spirituality because of the what is it called, Pangea, and how Africa, the whole world was connected or whatever. Also, Caucasians had Wicca. Wicca is a very beautiful practice. I know a lot of people who do Wicca. There's nothing wrong with practicing Wicca. If you're going, I don't know, I'm not really too much, because Wicca really isn't my lane. I'm an African, so I do hoodoo. Santeria, Native American and Latinos do Santeria. Beautiful practice. It does come from African spirituality, from Ifa, from the West Africa culture, Ifa tradition, which is voodoo. When the slaves were taken from West Africa and brought to the Caribbean, that's where Santeria was birthed. So technically, according to definition, no. If you're going through your ancestors, which is a catalyst, which is a foundation of hoodoo, your ancestors enslaved my ancestors. So technically, no. I don't know. I don't know any Caucasians, to be honest with you, who practice hoodoo. I really honestly don't. I think I've met some online, but I don't know any personally. So the only people that can really answer that, I guess, that's difficult. That's a really good question. And I know it's a debate going on in the community. But like I said, if we were to wind time and go back to 1862 or 1830, I would be practicing in secret under threat of death and the whip. And the Caucasians who are practicing now, their ancestors were the one who inflicted that pain on mine. And if they caught me, I would be dead. I literally would be, my throat would be cut. I'd be hanging, or I'd be beaten to death. So if I'm going and I'm having my ancestors give me the power to change and manifest stuff in this realm, would their ancestors support them practicing? That's the question. That's a really good question. And I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't lie to you and tell you I know, but I can tell you by definition, no, it wouldn't work. What if you are by what? But if you're white with Black ancestry too. If you are white and you have Black ancestry too, then you are 100% welcome in the practice because you still have African DNA inside your veins. Technically, a lot of people who were biracial back during the time when Hoodoo was birthed was practicing. They practiced in secret as well. Marie Laveau. Does anybody know who Marie Laveau is? She is one of the most powerful Hoodoo witches that ever lived. Does anybody know her? Does that name sound familiar? Marie Laveau from New Orleans region. Does anybody know? One of my things on my bucket list is to visit her grave in New Orleans. I would have been there this summer, but COVID got me fucked up. Yes, Melly, the queen. Yes, yes. She was biracial. She was African and French, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But she was a very powerful witch. Very powerful. That woman made some moves. And she practiced that's why I have so much respect for her, because she practiced in long ass 18 something. I can't remember. I know we weren't. I can't remember. Somebody look it up if you get a chance. Oh yes, American Horror Stories. Yes, I saw that. Angela Bassett played the hell out of that role. But she doesn't look anything like the real Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau was biracial. She was extremely fair-skinned woman, but she was well known in that area. She practiced in the open. She didn't hide, and I have so much respect for her. Oh my gosh, I have so much. It's a French name. She was half French. She was the queen of Hoodoo, not just of New Orleans, but just queen of Hoodoo. Anytime if we ever, because in Hoodoo we don't really have kings and queens and shit like that. It's no hierarchy. Each person practices in their own right. You know what I mean? Some people have more powers than others, but we practice in it. But if there was a queen of Hoodoo, Marie Laveau would be her. That woman was powerful. And people say that when they go to her grave, they can feel her ashe. Standing at her grave and meditating or pouring libation to her, you can feel it up and down your arms and swimming over your body. That is someplace that I will definitely be. And read up on her, the spells she did. Woo, that woman was powerful. So let me go back. Hoodoo honey. Okay, what if you're biracial? Okay, answer that one. My granny told me that there were Blacks in our family, but not acknowledged. Oh, probably. And Dejane, baby, let me tell you why I believe that your granny was probably right. I had my DNA tested with 23andMe. I am 89% African. So the way 23andMe works is they let you know anybody who's in their database who shares DNA with you. And I'll be damned. I have all the people, the family who had my family captive. There, I clicked on some of my cousins, third cousins. These are 3 generations, third cousin. That's hella close in my family line. But if they were sitting next to me, they're full-blown Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eyes. You'd never guess. You would never guess that we share DNA, and we share a large percentage. Basically, their family owned my family. And this is on both sides, my mommy and my daddy's side. So if your grandma is telling you this, the only way for you to know, babe, is to get your DNA tested and see what percentage African you are. And you might be surprised. If you listen, Dejane, I'm talking to you and anybody else who might hear. I'm going to go back to I'm scrolling down through the comments because I want to make sure I catch everybody's question. If you really truly feel like that you're called to Hoodoo, you feel a pulling, you feel a tug, I want you to sit down and meditate and really think, is it Hoodoo that you're called for, or is it any type of other pagan spiritual system? It could be Wicca. It could be Santeria. It could be, I don't know, whatever other practices there are with different cultures. Find out. Celtic culture. They call it Celtic in America, but it's actually really Celtic culture. Beautiful culture, beautiful practice. It is. Technically, and that's another debate in Hoodoo, all of that shit came from Africa. It really did. The witch trials, what was that? The Salem witch trials? It is rumored in the Hoodoo community that all those witches who got their power were introduced to it by an African slave. But nonetheless, if you feel the call, if you really truly feel it, explore your lineage and you'd be motherfucking surprised what's in your family tree. That's what I'm asking you to do. If you feel it and your granny told you that, get your DNA tested and see what pops. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Marie the Queen. Yeah. I want to keep the law from myself and from them coming around me to my house. I want to stay away from jail. Okay. Okay, so that's what you, okay, so you want protection. So yeah, I would do a protection spell. There's different protection spells you can do, and there's different crystals you can carry with you, and different mojo bags you can carry with you. What I want you to do, who said this? Oh, Dekesa, I want you to email me and tell me exactly, give me more specifics on what you need so I can guide you exactly and specifically what herbs that you need to purchase and what crystals that you need to purchase and what spell work that you need to do. Okay. A lot of native have African in them. Very good point. Excellent point. Yes, that is very true. She passed her name on account of her spiritual legacy. Kim, she passed her name onto the spiritual legacy of my daughter. Yeah, I love Marie Laveau. Like seriously. Oh, okay. You don't feel anything from them. You don't resonate with them at all, huh? Dejine. Okay. I understand that. Like I said, get your DNA tested and see what pops in your family tree. You'd be surprised. Hell, you might be my cousin. You never know. When I got that tree, they have the whole globe and they have different bubbles popped up of different people, thousands of people who are related to me directly. I have motherfucking family in Turkey that share DNA with me. I have 11% of my DNA is from England and from Scotland. Those are the people who own my ancestors. We share DNA. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. You literally would be surprised. On this topic, can I work with a Mexican deity since I'm half drawn to Hoodoo? Okay. Hoodoo, prior to disrespect the ancestors, or should I be working with African deities only? Okay, Hoodoo honey, you're half Mexican and half African? Is African, like you have African ancestry and you're Mexican? So let me break down something down to you about Mexican. Okay, there's no such thing as a Mexican deity. Mexican people were colonized by the Spanish and Native culture. Their spiritual system come from Native American witchcraft, for a better word. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. Native American traditional spiritual systems. The beating of the drum, that's African, but Native Americans do it as well. Sage, Native Americans and Africans do it as well. They have different, and they worship and they fucks heavy with nature as well. Like I was stating earlier, you have to make sure that you love and respect nature. Native, indigenous people, indigenous spiritual systems, different tribes from across North America and South. Now, the line that separates North America from Mexico is a European line that was drawn there by colonizers. Fuck that line. We're not talking about that. There literally is no difference between your DNA if you are like a Mexican person's DNA and a person who's a Navajo Native American or a Cherokee or a Blackfoot or a Cree. That literally is just native DNA. Fuck the lines. We're going to erase those right now out of your head. They had their own traditional spiritual system. It is beautiful practice. A beautiful practice. Oh my gosh. Can't think of the name of it right now. Think about it. They had their own language, own food, own culture, own practice. Beautiful. And then Spanish came over here and did to them what the English did and the Spanish and the French did to my people in Africa. Enslaved them, beat them, raped them, beat their spiritual system out of their back and beat Catholicism into their backs. And that's why they speak Spanish. And that's why a lot of people turned away from their traditional spiritual system and turned to Catholicism. But in some cultures, like they merged the two. You ever notice how a lot of your tias and your aunties and your grandmothers burn those 7-day candles and they have certain they pray to certain saints? A lot of those saints were African deities because the African slaves were brought to Mexico as well to work. They were stolen from West Africa and transported right over there in Central America, in South America, and Mexico, North America too. So Hoodoo honey, I urge you to get your DNA tested too. You might very well have a large percentage of African DNA from both sides of your family. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Okay, what is the best herbs that I can use to protect my money just in case these companies don't want to pay me dividends? Baby, if they owe you your money, you do a bitch better have my money spell on that ass. And if they owe you, they need to pay you, period. It's just really fucked up to owe somebody money and not pay them. So do a spell work to do that. And if you want to do a protection spell on your money, I suggest you definitely do that spell, and you burn certain herbs. 5-finger grass is one. I'm looking at my hoodoo. The reason why I keep doing this because I'm looking at my hoodoo cabinet. There's so many different herbs over there. Arrowroot powder. Get you a mojo bag. Get you a mojo bag and get you put different herbs. Let's see. 5-finger grass is one I go to. Let's see, what do I have over here? Hold on, let me grab some stuff so I can show you. Let me grab some stuff. Okay, I got me some gravel root, fenugreek leaves, galango root, and cinnamon. That's just what I just grabbed, you know, right? You can put all of that shit in a hoodoo, like a mojo bag, and carry it with you in your purse. And you make sure that if they do owe you money, baby, please do a bitch better have my money spell so that you can get your shit back. And shit, if you want to be extra cautious, fucking switch your account. You know what I'm saying? So that nobody has your account number, or put your money in a like some sort of like investment so that nobody can touch it. But these companies are diabolical as fuck. Whew, I don't know. I don't understand how people live with themselves, but I guess ethics is something that's relative. Okay, let's see what I said on this topic. Let me see. How can I keep nosy in-laws out of my man's relationship? I feel like they treat us like babies, or that we can't think for ourselves. How can you stop that? Words don't work. Nosy in-laws. I guess it would all depend on the person. With me, that wouldn't be an issue because I'll cuss them the fuck out and move the fuck around. They won't have shit to say. In order for the in-laws to be in your family, there has to be a door. In your business, excuse me, there has to be a door or a window for them to get in. If your husband or you keep opening the door to allow them in your business, then that's how they get in. But nonetheless, if you want to sweeten the relationship, you can put your in-laws in a honey jar and sweeten the relationship. You can also do a skull commanding spell. Skull commanding spells are powerful as fuck too. I have reservations about showing y'all how to do that. If you don't know what a skull commanding spell is, that's when you get a skull candle, a candle shaped like a skull. I sell them on my website, cheap as fuck. You hollow out the bottom of it and you stick certain commanding herbs and oils in, and then you light that bitch and you do an incantation over it. That would keep them out of your life. If you really want them to get the fuck from around you, you can also do hot foot powder on that ass. You can hot foot them to get them away, but you can also sit down and talk to your husband and tell him to shut his fucking mouth, and you hush your fucking mouth and don't tell them none of y'all motherfucking business, and keep a boundary to keep them away. You know what I mean? So it all just depends on the situation. I would need more information. If you could email me and tell me more, then I can give you more information. How do you create a mojo bag? You get you a bag. I'm going to use this tissue, but don't use tissue. You need an actual bag, right? I should sell those. I don't have those up on my site yet because I know people don't know. But you get you a little bitty satchel. And I guess you can stitch right here and stitch right here and stitch right here. Maybe have I'm sorry. Stitch right here. You stitch right here. You stitch right here. And you maybe have like a little drawstring. And inside of it, you put crystals and herbs. And you carry it with you as a good luck protection. You know, you can also wear crystals around your neck as a cage for protection as well. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, does honey jars interfere with free will? That depends. That's a really good question. That depends. It depends on your intent and what you do. Like if you want to sweeten a situation, like your boss is a bitch and you just want her to be nicer to you, that wouldn't really too much interfere with her free will, because you just want to make her have a more pleasant attitude towards you, or your landlord or your mother-in-law, whatever the case may be. But if you want to manipulate a person's mind so that they do what you want them to do, like i.e. the neighbor next door, you want him to leave his wife and be nice to you and come to you, that kind of is fucking with his free will. You understand what I mean? Am I making sense? You know what I mean? Like that kind of like, it just depends. That's question all depends on the situation. Honey jars can fuck with free will, but then again, for the most part, they really just sweeten a situation or a person, just make a person more pleasant towards you. That's really the whole use for them. Really. Oh, he talked too much. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to keep your shit together. When you're married, there's only two people in the marriage, you and your husband. He shouldn't be blabbing his mouth to his family, because that gives them the door to come in your business. Strong truth spell, but I want the assholes to stay the fuck away from me. But I want them to tell everyone the truth of what they did. Ooh. Truth spell that ass. But make sure that when you truth spell them, I'm reading emails. I'm sorry, I'm not being rude. I apologize. But when you truth spell them, do it. Hopefully it'll be via text so you can screenshot that shit. I'm a messy ass bitch. I told you I'm petty as fuck. They did something fucked up. Baby Cakes. I like your name. I need you to give me more information. Did this person do something to you and you want them to tell the truth? Guilt spells work with that. A guilt spell, let me explain that. A guilt spell is when somebody did something hella fucked up to you and you want them to feel guilty enough to apologize and just feel remorse for what they did. I'm going to do that spell. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that one. That's when they did something hella fucked up. Like hella fucked up. Like if I came over your house, Baby Cakes, and I kicked your cat and I stole all your fucking snacks, and then I went around telling everybody that you slapped me. I did something fucked up to you. So you do a spell to make me feel guilty for what? Now here's the thing with guilt spells. In order for them to work, the person has to literally be guilty of whatever the fuck it is you're accusing them of. You can't do a guilt spell on somebody that hasn't done nothing to you. It won't work. You understand what I mean? Am I making sense? They stole from me, but denied it and have told everyone that they didn't, just making me look like a fool. Yeah. Do a guilt spell on them so that they can feel hella fucking guilty for what they did. And then they'll have the urge to confess their damn self. Yeah. Oh, as you described it in one video, spiritual rape. Do you, Cupcake, do you need me to elaborate exactly what spiritual rape is? So is that what you're asking me? Give me more information, what you want me to say. Okay, let me, I'm sorry. Let me check my emails. I have some anonymous emails here. People are asking me. Hope I haven't missed any questions. I'm trying to get to answer everybody, but I know I talk a lot, y'all. Excuse me. I know I talk a lot. Okay. A video on guilt spells. Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do a video on guilt spells. That's just, you want the person to feel hella guilty for what they did to you. But remember, like I said, they have to be guilty of whatever the fuck it was they did. They had to have done something to you. Like, I'll give you an example how it won't work. You meet a dude. He fine as hell. Shoulders popping. You know, he got nice veins and nice thickness down there. Like you like it. And he tells you up front, flat the fuck out, that he don't want to be in a relationship. He tell you flat out. But you, oh, baby, Telva, go ahead and give me your question again. I'm so sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose. Charge it to my mind, not my heart, baby. Charge it. Tell me one more time. So you like dude a lot. But he tells you up front, like seriously, he tell you flat out, point blank, that he is not interested in a relationship with you. All he wants is something physical. He want a place to get his dick wet and to bang out your back a few times, and you're down with it because you want him and you figure that's all you can get, so you go ahead and you get down with it. So y'all getting down and doing the do, and y'all have a friends with benefits relationship for 6 months. Your stupid ass fell in love by yourself. He's telling you flat out he don't want no relationship. He don't want a relationship. He's thinking about getting back with his ex. The motherfucker don't know he don't want a relationship or whatever. Okay. So what do? You fall in love with him and now you're hurt, and then you talk to your homegirl, your best bitch, and she tell you, leave that motherfucker alone. You deserve better, whatever. You move on, and now you want him to feel guilty because he hurt you. The guilt spell ain't gonna work for that because he didn't hurt you. You got hurt, but you hurt your damn self because he told you from the beginning that he didn't want no fucking relationship. So you can't make him feel guilty for some shit he didn't do. I personally think it's a shitty ass thing to do to fuck somebody if you know that person likes you and you don't like them. But if he's upfront with you from the beginning, he technically didn't hurt you. So the guilt spell won't work. So am I making sense here? Y'all feeling me? If y'all hear me knocking, bitch, let a bitch in. Okay? If he tells you flat out that he's not guilty of doing anything, so he's not, that spell ain't gonna work for him. But it will work if somebody really did fucking do something dirty to you like they did the Hoodoo Boo in the chat. So just be careful when you do a guilt spell. Okay? Oh, y'all, I've kept y'all on for 1 hour and 16 minutes. Are y'all tired of hearing me? Should we end? Are y'all ready to let me go? Oh, excuse me. How do you do a guilt? There's different ways to do a guilt spell. I've been asked, Telva, to do it, to post a video on that, and I will. I definitely will. I'll do a guilt spell. But just remember what I said. I'm giving you guys a warning. Make sure that when you do the spell, you're doing it because the person is actually guilty of doing something to you, not because you got in your feelings about something. Okay? But I'll do it. I promise, Tiva, I'll do it, baby. Okay? What else? Let's see. Oh, questions. Okay. Oh, whoa. Let me see. All right. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Let me see. Question. I've seen a lot of women go through this and they're bitter for years. Yeah, that's true. Cupcakes. You're right. You're 100% correct. Cotton. Did somebody say something about, oh, I think cotton is used in obsession. Cottons can be used in obsession, but it can also be definitely used in healing work. It all just depends on how you use it. Let's see. In Hoodoo, back traditionally, our ancestors, pick cotton, and they would use the cotton bulbs and crush them up and do healing work, healing spells to heal people who were sick. I'm not familiar with obsession. I don't think I want to make a motherfucker obsessed with me. Shit, that's how stalkers get born. And next thing you know, you in bed with a man who's finer than the one. Next thing you know, this motherfucker beating down your door because he can't get you out. I don't think I need that type of energy in my life. I don't know. I mean, it's either you want me or you don't. And that's how I live my life. And I don't want to be with no motherfucker that don't want me. You know what I'm saying? If he can't see me for who I am and love me for who I am without any type of outside manipulation, then bitch, bye. I will move the fuck around and be fine. But that's just me. I don't want to make nobody obsessed with me. Shit. I got some good pussy. That's all I got to do is put this thing on you. Shit, you got some good pussy too, women watching this. All you got to do is charge your pussy to the moon. Open up your legs on a full moon and let that moonlight hit your pussy. Do a yoni steam. If you don't know what that is, baby, look it up. Yeah. They even have crystals that you can stick up in there to charge that bitch. I don't stick mine because I don't do that, but I do charge it. And you can spend some time, sex magic, baby. You can make some shit happen. I hope y'all kids not in the room. I don't like cussing around kids. I know y'all but we got on the subject of sex magic. Ooh. And no, you don't need a partner because it's a dry spell out there right now. Ladies, hit the chat right now if you're going through a dry spell and ain't had no dick in a minute. Fellas, if you in here and you ain't had no poon in a minute, hit the chat. Let me see a thumbs up or some fucking smiling emojis right now. You feel me? Yes. Okay. Let me tell you. Sex magic is powerful. If you want to manifest some shit and you really want some shit to move in this realm, in this physical realm that we're in, sex magic is the way to do it. Okay, so I know somebody finna ask me about what's sex magic. I'm probably gonna end up doing a video later. I did one showing you how to use a candle, but I'm gonna go ahead and just briefly tell y'all a little something. Lay your ass down in your bed or your private place. It could be your couch, wherever it is, all right? Get your hands and you get you some commanding oil and rub them all over your hands and rub all over your body. You have you some incense burning. As a matter of fact, let me light one right now. You get you some slow ass music, whatever kind of music you like. I don't give a shit what kind it is. Whatever makes you hot in the ass, you put it on, okay? If your man is the type of man that wants to receive and not give, he's a selfish motherfucker. I'm sorry, baby. Hoodoo, honey, he is a selfish ass motherfucker. I'm not finna be with no man that's not gonna eat my pussy and lick it until my ass cave in. I believe in reciprocity. And I can't be with nobody who's not gonna give to me in the same way that I give to him. But again, to each its own. You might be different. But in my opinion, if you want to use spell work to do it, if you want to use spell work to do it, I would use the spell I posted on my page. Candle magic. Stick that shit inside your yoni. Put some herbs on a plate. Light that bitch with a petition paper. Call it out. Put your intent in it. He'll feel the urge to fuck the shit out of you. And honey, give him some Damiana tea. I sell Damiana on my website. You boil some fucking Damiana in a pot with hot water and you serve that shit to him, he will fuck you every which way through Sunday and twice on Tuesday. Damiana makes you horny as fuck. Seriously. Real horny. Extra tasty, crispy horny. Really. Now back to what I was saying. Put you some incense on. Slow music. Commanding oil on your hand. All the while you have free from distraction. Fucking phone is on silent. TV's off. You're on your couch. You're in your bed. Rubbing it all over you. You're covered. You're covered. You're covered. You're covered. You lay down. And you got two ways you can do it. You can A, masturbate, or B, have sex with a man or a woman, whoever in here, whatever your preference may be. Once you reach that orgasm, the only thing on your mind is whatever it is you want. That's how you manifest some shit. But it's 10 times more powerful if you have a partner doing it with you. Do you have to tell the partner? That all depends on your integrity level. I'm sure if you tell some man, hey, I want to use you for a sex ritual, he'll probably run for the hills depending on what part of the country you live in or his mindset. Or you can not tell him shit and just fuck him and manifest some shit. You will notice a difference. You will notice a difference. Do sex magic on a regular basis and you will notice a difference. You don't need no herbs. All you need is commanding oil and a partner or your fingers. It works. Especially on a new moon, especially on a full moon, and especially during like during eclipse season. Oh yeah, African men are known for being selfish as fuck when it comes to eating pussy. That's why I don't. No, granted, I have had some African men that lick the lining out of my shit, but it all just depends on you. I can't be with anybody who's selfish sexually because we both have to give it. Sex to me is a ritual. Of course, you fuck because it feels good, yes, but it also can be a ritual. It's an exchange of energy. An exchange meaning you're giving to me and I'm giving to you. And if used right, it's very powerful. Oh, it's very powerful. I'm telling you. I'll bullshit you not. Y'all think I'm bullshitting, but I bullshit you not. I manifested $5,000 by busting a nut. I bullshit you not. Not even a week later, that shit hit my account. And all I did was just rub one out on a new moon with some commanding oil. I needed it. I commanded that shit. I did it. Yeah. Get you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kiki of Cups. Thank you, baby. Your name is cute too. Thank you. Yeah. Damiana, honey. Damiana. If you don't know how to find, I know there's places you can't find Damiana. I sell Damiana. I'll send you a package of that shit. Put that in and use Damiana also for candle magic with relating to sex and love. Damiana is a very powerful herb, but if you really want his dick to be rock hard and, and you want your cooch to just throb, bitch, drink it as a tea. I kid you not. Look it up. Ooh, one time I had Damiana also cures depression. If you're feeling sad or depressed, when my dad passed away, I drank Damiana tea, to help with depression. I'm not finna do no psycho meds and none of that shit. I'm going natural, right? All of a sudden, I'm sitting here like watching TV. I drank like a tea, like maybe a cup a day, something like that. Bitch, let me tell you, my coochie started throbbing, and I'm like, the fuck is good? What? My shit was just throbbing, and my yoni syrup was flooding out of me, and I was hot in the ass like it wasn't nobody's business. A bitch wasn't depressed no more. So that's the side effect. FYI, if you're using it to cure depression, if you're sad, be prepared for the side effects. Also, I'm just being honest. If you are depressed, because there's a lot of people, especially during this pandemic, that's going through depression. If you really truly are depressed, burning frankincense resin will fucking cure your depression. It will get you. I sell same thing on my website, charcoal disc. Light that bitch, activate it, put some granules of frankincense and let it fragrant your home. And the ancient Egyptians swore by this. It cures depression. Are all the oils skin friendly? Any tips on how to use money oil? Using money oil, you put money oil on your you put money oil in your candle work. You anoint your bank account cards, not the strip or the chip. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Your wallet. If you use your car to make money, like let's say you're an Uber driver or a cab driver or whatever, anoint the wheels of your car, put it on your hands right before you go to the casino. Anything that has to do with money, just use the oil, meditate over the oil, use it. And you can use money oil for a lot of things. I went to the casino. I went to Vegas. My homegirl invited me up for Vegas. Bitch, I kid you not. I had a mojo bag and I did a money spell right before I left. I got into Vegas, checked into my hotel, did not hit the bank yet. I didn't even get a chance to pull any money out. I had a $10 bill inside my wallet. I fucking kid you not. I put that bitch inside the fucking, I had money oil on my hands. I had my commanding oil on my hands too. I had arrowroot powder and I just did like this right before I left my hotel room, just a little bit. And I turned that $10 into $1,000 over a 2-day period. And there's something else I did. My game is crap. So I go to the casino maybe once a year if I go to Vegas, because I live in Los Angeles. So Vegas is just a hop, skip away from where I live, right? So I'm going to give you guys some grown woman game for your Bluetooth. Right before I roll the dice, I pictured a beam of light leaving my third eye and hitting the dice, and motherfucker, every single time I turned that $10 into $1,000 and I left. I spent one night in Vegas and bounced. I wasn't giving them my motherfucking money back. I did, real talk. Money spells work, prosperity spells work, and a lot of people have reservations about doing them because they said one lady hit me up in my inbox, said I really want to do a money spell, or she wants some new job, but her mom told her she ain't shit and she don't deserve nothing good because she's living in sin, living with her boyfriend, some shit her mom said. No disrespect to your mama, but you deserve every fucking good thing that comes your way. I don't give a fuck if it's your mama, your auntie, your bald-headed ass granny. Anybody telling you that you don't deserve good things to happen to you, they can kiss your ass and mine too. You do deserve it. Period. You should not feel guilty doing prosperity work to help yourself. And no, you don't need to spend a whole bunch of money for motherfuckers to do work for you. Like I stated before, cheap. Do it yourself, or you have the power within you. You can do this and you deserve it. And don't let nobody tell you different. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care if it's your mama or your bald-headed ass granny. I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if it's that fucked up ass dude with the whack stroke game that you fell in love with, but his stroke game is whack as fuck. But he gonna sit up and tell you that you don't deserve good things to happen to you. He can kiss my ass too. I don't even know who I'm talking to, but somebody is feeling me today. I'm so sick of damn people talking shit and telling people that they don't deserve good things to happen to them, and that they are a piece of shit and nothing good is going to happen, and fuck you, and you're always going to be shit and you're ugly. Fuck you. No. Don't listen to that and don't buy into that narrative. Don't allow that bullshit to get into your psyche, because your psyche is where all your spell work is birthed. You got to have that intent to put in the spell or it's not going to pop. You don't let other motherfuckers jump up in your shit telling you shit that's fucked up. Hell, they're the ones with the motherfucking problem. You know how many parents out there, and I don't know who might be needing to hear this. Do you know how, and not just parents, but do you know how many older family members are jealous of their kids and their nieces and their nephews? Jealous. How in the fuck is a mother jealous of her own goddamn daughter? You gave birth to this child. Anytime you give birth, a child is an ancestor returned from the ancestor realm. They are an ancestor returned. How the fuck are you jealous of your child or your niece or your nephew or whatever? I don't get that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't get it. I think I should sign off. I done kept y'all for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to do it again, though. Y'all let me know when you're ready for me to do it again, and we can go live again. Any questions? Let me check my email to make sure I have more questions. I might have more questions. Oh, I do. Whoa. I just recently found out. Oh, she wants to be. And this is anonymous number 3. Dear witch bitch, I just recently found out that my husband is gay. We've been married for 15 years and have 2 children together. I'm really hurt right now. What can I do? Wow. Your husband is gay. 20 years, 15 years. And oh, okay. Baby, first of all, my heart goes out to you. My heart really goes out to you. I don't have nothing against gay people. I don't care what grown people do. Consenting adults. I don't give a damn. Either my rent's still due on the first, whether you gay or not. I don't care about that. So I'm not coming down on the gay community for what I'm about to say. But I really think it's really hella fucked up. Oh, wait, my friend is married for her husband getting a divorce, but the husband refuses to leave the home. Any tips? Okay, hold on one second. Mike's World, give me 1 second. Let me address Anonymous 3. I'm sorry you're going through this, but the first thing that I would do okay, he's left you and the kids, is to do healing work for your children and you. I would do self-love and healing work so that my kids aren't hurt, like detrimentally, that carries them for the rest of their life. I know it sucks for a divorce period that can really, really, adversely affect kids, period. But I also would want you guys protected emotionally and spiritually so that this doesn't carry you. I know it sucks. I know it do. I'm sorry your husband's gay, but I would do a clean and cut, and I would do a protection work for you and your children to get anything negative off of you guys so that you don't let this affect your self-esteem? Because look, you didn't do this. He was gay before he married you. He was struggling with his sexuality. Yeah, it's a shitty thing for him to do. He shouldn't have married you. If you're a man and you're struggling with your sexuality, or a woman, don't get married. Go be gay. It's nothing wrong with being gay, but I know a lot of people can't come out of the closet for this, that, and the third reason. But the only thing I can say is just do some protection work and some self-love work for yourself. Don't let this affect your self-esteem. Hit me up in my inbox and I'll guide you. My email, and I'll guide you on exactly what herbs you need to purchase to do healing work for yourself. And I'm so sorry that this happened. Okay. My friend is married, for her and her husband getting a divorce, but the husband refuses to leave the home. Any tips? Okay. He's refusing to leave the home. Damn, that would suck that you have to. I've had to live with people who I hated. Fuck. I would hotfoot him. What's the reason for the divorce? Would it be more conducive for her to leave and start over and do a clean and cut? Or does she have to keep the home? What is the reason? Give me more, Mike, honey, give me more details on what why she can't leave or why she wants him to leave. But my first instinct is to hotfoot that ass. But in order to hotfoot, if they're in the same house, you don't want to sprinkle it where the kids could walk, and you don't want to sprinkle it where other family members could walk. I would put it in his shoes. And I'll put it on his car. In the sprinkle it on his car. I sell hot foot powder. Tell her to go to my website. It'll be in the description box. Have her hot foot that ass. She can also do there's other spells you can do to send somebody away. But I need more information because there's more she can do besides hot foot powder, depending on the situation. If you could email me, Mike, or if you can put it in the chat, let me know what else is going on in that situation so that I can better advise her. But my first knee-jerk reaction off what you just posted in the chat is to hotfoot him. They're going through a divorce. What's the reason? What happened? Did he do something? Oh, you want me to go live once a week? Okay, I might consider it. Yeah, this has been fun. I can honestly say that. She's the breadwinner and he's just being violent. Oh, fuck him. She's the breadwinner. Yeah, he need to leave her house. And he wants to be violent. Fuck. What would I do to him? I'm looking at my cabinet. Oh gosh, I don't want to advise. Mike, is she an experienced practitioner or is she a new baby? Is she a baby witch or experienced, or are you experienced? Hot foot on deck, real talk. Hot foot on deck. Give me more information, Mike. I need to know if you're experienced or is she experienced. Violent? And they have 2 babies? Little babies? Ooh. And he won't leave because he's a fucking deadbeat and he don't have nowhere to go, right? I would refrain from putting him in a jar just now because I don't want that blowback to hit their household if he's still living there. And she can't fucking kick him out. Oh, depending on the state. Because he has rights. Fuck, I would move. I would out. I'll just leave and leave him there. But do they own their home? Like, I need more information. Talk to me. First instinct is hotfoot, to drive his ass away. Second thing I would do is skull commanding, to command his thoughts, to make him want to leave. Oh, she's new. Yeah. The last thing that I was finna suggest, if she was experienced or if you were experienced, is to put him, to coffin box him. But no, don't do that because you don't know what you're doing. You'll fuck up. You're experienced. Great. Mike is a practitioner. Yes, Mike. Hi, welcome, baby. Welcome. Mike, are you familiar with coffin box spells? You familiar with how to coffin box a motherfucker? Violent, and there's 2 kids involved, 2 babies? Mike. You know what, Mike? Oh, we need to talk. Mike, have you ever worked with deities? Death Loas. Do you know what a death Loa is, Mike? Haitian voodoo. Do you know what a death Loa is? For all you people out there who do not know what the death loa is, do not fuck with the death loas unless you are experienced. That's some big dick energy. There is a death loa. If this were me doing the work for her, I'm going to tell you what I would do in a situation where a motherfucker is violent and there are children involved. Bing, 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 death loa. And let me show you exactly what I'll do. I need to grab something off my altar. Hold on. This is rum, Caribbean rum. I have infused this rum with hot chili peppers. This is an offering that I am going to give to Maman Brigitte. She is a death loa. I'm trying to, okay, there's so much information I need for this situation, but I want to help. Mike, what is your practice? Are you hoodoo? Are you voodoo? Are you Wicca? What is your practice, Mike? Okay, you know them. You know about the death loas. Okay, this is an offering for a death loa. Okay, so a lot of people get scared as fuck when you mention death loa. Death loa. Oh my god! Oh my god! Let me break something down to you about death loas. A, you do not work with them unless you know what the fuck you're doing, or you're being overseen by an experienced practitioner. B, there's different loas for different things. There's Baron Samedi. He is the keeper of the dead at the cemetery. His wife is Maman Brigitte. This is Haitian voodoo. I'm a hoodoo practitioner, but I fucks heavy with Haitian voodoo because I'm an African and all of it belongs to me. I can pretty much weave in and out of any practice I want. Maman Brigitte loves children. Maman Brigitte is the wife of Baron Samedi, who are the keeper of the dead souls in the cemetery. Maman Brigitte has a special place in her heart for women who are victims of domestic violence. Maman Brigitte, like I stated, loves children. So any type of incident such as this, where kids are involved and this motherfucker's being violent and she's a woman, the first thing that popped into my head was Maman Brigitte. I would petition her. There's a way you petition Maman Brigitte. You guys can look it up online, and since you can, I might as well tell you. I'm going to offer her some rum. This is Haitian rum with chili peppers inside, so hot that a human cannot drink it. I'm going to go to the cemetery at night. I'm going to take a cigar. I actually have it over there on my altar. I'm going to light the cigar, and I'm going to blow it north, south, east, west. I'm gonna speak my intent of what I want Maman Brigitte to do. I'm gonna be wearing all black and purple and red, maybe accents of purple and red, but all black. And when I speak to Maman Brigitte, I'm gonna cuss like a motherfucker because she fucking loves it when you fucking use profuse fucking profanity. She's one of those loas that's a party loa. Her and her husband love to party, drink, and fuck. That's what they do. If you guys were familiar with American Horror Story 4, I think, Coven, right? They actually had, okay, who did they have? They had Papa Legba, that one of the witches, what's her name? Gabrielle Sidibe's character was fucking with Papa Legba, okay? They actually wasn't Papa Legba. I hate it when people fucking fuck up voodoo and hoodoo and mix up the deities, because that shit is hella fucking disrespectful to the deities. And you got to show the utmost respect, especially when you're fucking with the death loas. That's not some shit you sneeze at. It's not some shit you take for granted. And you are humble as fuck when you're fucking with them, because they can snatch your life. This hoodoo shit ain't no game. This voodoo shit ain't no game, okay? They had Papa Legba there, but in actuality, his whole demeanor and his character was that of Baron Samedi, who is a death loa. Papa Legba is a loa, but he's not a death loa. He's a Road opener lower. I'll explain all that shit in a minute. Shut the hell up. My cats are acting up. Excuse me. The death lowers, Mama Brigitte is who I would fuck with for a situation like this. Okay? Rum. And I would leave this out and I'll go to the cemetery and I'll find the oldest grave there. You go around, find some old ass fucking cemetery and you find the oldest grave there and you blow the cigar smoke north, south, east, west, and you speak your intent and you leave this rum. And you can leave other offerings on the grave. Yeah, they are acting fucking crazy right now. You can leave other offerings on the grave for her. And you can petition her to help you in a situation like this. That's for Mike. Mike, I wouldn't suggest she do it though. I'm telling you, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know what you're doing with it when it comes. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. With the death lowers. You got to know what you're doing. Yeah. All right, y'all. Come on now. It's going on 2 hours. Y'all gonna let me go now? Y'all have more questions? Let me check my phone one more time. Make sure I don't have any emails I'm ignoring. I'm gonna make sure I get everybody. Nope, no emails. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. I've been on for damn near 2 hours. Mike, hit me up in my email so we can help her. This ain't some shit no human can drink. This shit has been steeping for about a month. If I open it up and smell it, it'll burn the fuck out of your nose. By the time you put it up to your lips, you're fucked up. You're done. But this ain't for me. This is from my mom Brigitte's. Usually you use Haitian rum, but I couldn't find any fucking Haitian rum. So I used what is it? Is this Puerto Rican rum? Shit, I think so. I don't know. But you're supposed to use technically Haitian rum. But if you can't find it, fuck. Puerto Rico, Haitian, that's all the Caribbean, bitch. I improvise like a motherfucker. Mama Brigitte knows my heart. I fucks with her. I do. I fucks with her. I've given her offerings before. I've worked with her before. She's not somebody to be fucked with. I have so much respect for her. It's not even funny. So much respect for her. I have so much respect for her husband too. Baron Samedi. Y'all need to look up these, but don't fuck with him though. And I would not recommend. I would not recommend anybody who's not of African descent to fuck with the death loas of Haiti. Because I just wouldn't recommend that. Okay. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I enjoyed myself sitting up. I didn't finish my wine, but I'm gonna finish it right now. Again, if you guys have any questions, hit up my email. If you need low-cost hoodoo supplies, hit up my website. I got you. And I'm gonna do those spells that you guys suggested, and I'm gonna go live again soon. Okay. You guys have a great night, and ashe.